What's up, guys? We are back with another one, and we've got Devon Canup. Is that how you say it?
Devon Canup.
Devon Canup, and I misspelled it camp on like three things, so that's hard, my bad. But Devon, who are you, sir?
Hey, yeah, my name is Devon Canup. I am the faceless YouTube final boss, is what I've been called, I guess, these days. But yeah, I don't know how I ended up in this world, but yeah, I love building faceless YouTube channels. All social media at this point now, like once you learn one thing, it just carries over to everything. And yeah, here I am.
Yeah, 100%. So I want to go all the way back because, so our land is generally speaking, most people listen to this as info coaching. It's agency, kind of SaaS, a lot of media buying world, lead gen, affiliate, stuff like that. But faceless YouTube, I see all over X. I've had a lot of lead gen guys that I've talked to have been like interested in it and building them up because they view them as these like passive and XYZ thing, completely faceless, and nobody knows. And I don't know that they are passive, and I don't know that they are, what are they? So how did you get into this? I made you send me some screenshots. So you sent me whatever, a couple million in YouTube AdSense rev.
Yeah, for the people in the comment section, I can't believe you had the scammer on the comments or a scammer on your podcast. I proved it with Ryan, so you have to take that up with Ryan for bringing the scammer on, I guess.
You do not. Me, you can go straight to his DMs if you don't believe it.
Because I did a podcast with a 1 of 10. They're like a content strategy, and then all their buttons like, this guy's a scammer, and he's like, dude, he literally showed me his fucking YouTube channels. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, dude. People are interesting. It's hard to judge from mine. I mean, all I can ask for is like XYZ of this, and as long as it's gonna follow my interests, like I'm willing to do it. So, explain it. What is the flow? So, like, how did you? I mean, let's go all the way back. Let's go with where you started with this, and then we can go into like the the 101 of how you run one of these. But how did you get into this?
Yeah. And to like caveat off of like Ryan's like, dude, I've been hearing about this thing. You look at it on Google Trends right now, and it's definitely doing like a hockey stick right now. If you look at the trend of YouTube automation, it's basically kind of becoming e-com back in like whatever 2016.
Yeah,
but
and then
I did, dude.
Like they just changed all the stuff to make it so people aren't getting monetized or getting removed if they don't have original content, and that's not them in it and all that. So there's a whole different.
Yeah, it's in a weird drama world right now for sure. So my story, dude, I don't know how the hell I ended up here. I think I just put one foot in front of the other, failure after failure, and then eventually, you just end up doing something. Like you're in like the fitness world, dude. I would love to hear like that freaking story of how you got into that. It's probably talk to your 16-year-old self, and you probably wouldn't have been like, yeah, dude, I'm running fitness businesses for ladies or something. You probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah, literally.
So that was me with YouTube. Like I was gonna go to school, computer science major. Playing baseball in college. I was going to do computer science my entire life. Ended up doing a sales job and door-to-door sales, like selling vacuum cleaners in people's houses. And of course, when you're doing a sales job, you meet a bunch of people that are like hustlers trying to figure out all sorts of ways of making money. And they told me I needed a side hustle. So where did I go? I went on youtube.com and started looking up side hustles. And then that led me down a rabbit hole, found out a list of 101 side hustles. None of them was YouTube, by the way. I found real estate. And I was like, oh, there's this real estate wholesaling business or whatever. I was just like, I don't know, start a business. And then that led me over to where I was like, okay, how do you wholesale real estate? Then you just look it up on YouTube. And then I was like, oh shit, there's a video, guy explaining it. So I ended up flipping a few houses, and I learned everything from YouTube. And it was just like, I don't know, I'm one of those guys that loves paying it forward. I don't know, like there's a few things that happened to me as a kid where people like, took care of my family when we needed it. And I always wanted to pay it forward. However I can. Like I get something from somebody, I want to pay it forward. So I was like, I'll start a YouTube channel about how I did real estate. So I flipped a few houses, and I just told the stories of that. And I was like, you know what? This YouTube thing's really, it's kind of fun. It's a little addicting. And I actually did what Ryan Clogg did, what he did in the past, this year, where he did the video every single day. I got the bug, and I was like, you know what? I was going to do like one a week. And I was like, oh, one every 3 days. And I started making videos. I was like, no, I need to go all in on this if I'm going to blow up on YouTube. So I was like, I'm going to do it for every day for 30 days. But then you start going like 5 days in, you're like, no, this isn't enough time. I need to do more. I need to do 60 days. I think I get out to like day 27 of doing a video every day of talking about real estate, how I flipped houses, and some of the different things that I learned. I was like, I'm going to do this for a year straight. I was a psycho, crazy person. I'm going to do a YouTube video every single day for a year straight.
Works.
But when you're doing it about one specific topic, like Ryan's doing it the right way here. He has like podcasts and stuff, people coming on, so he doesn't have to talk about the same shit every day. But I talked about real estate wholesaling every single day for 400 days straight. And that's how I like learned the skill set of YouTube. And I fell in love with doing YouTube way more than I did with than doing the real estate thing, actually.
Yeah.
You know? I started to become one of those like guys that gets the stereotype where it's like, okay, dude, they spend way more time on the content and the marketing than the actual business that they like that they teach and stuff. But I just really love doing YouTube. It's like such a fast like feedback loop. Real estate, dude, you do marketing, you send out mailers, you run ads, you have to wait some time, then you get the feedback. YouTube, you post a video, oh shit, dude, the video got views. People love this one or they didn't love it. So it was just such a faster turnaround time that I ended up falling in love with it. I'm like, I got to find a way to get this thing to make money.
Yeah.
So that led to where it was called Cash Cow YouTube channels, is what it used to be called.
Was the name of what?
Of this opportunity, like of the business model. They were called Cash Cow YouTube channels because it was basically this concept of like you started a YouTube channel and then it's like a cash cow, it's just bringing in money every single month. And there was this kid who was like, there's different people talking about it, but nobody talked about it. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? I want to run one of these YouTube channels. And then one day I was scrolling up. I was like 2 a.m. doom scrolling. I'll tell you, doom scrolling can make you a shitload of money because it did for me. I was doom scrolling. And I was watching some videos. I was laughing watching these videos. They were like Reddit videos where people were talking about the like different wacky ass stories, like dads finding out the kids weren't theirs, and like just the craziest stories, like girls getting cheated on, and what's your story and stuff. And I was just, I don't know, I was like a college kid at the time.
Yeah.
And I love watching the videos. And then I was like, what the fuck? Dude, I looked at the numbers of these views and I was like, I did the math and I was like, dude, they're making 20 grand a month on these like simple ass videos. And so that night, 2 a.m., I got up out of bed and started working on a video. Threw it together, put it up. And then, long story short, after like 14 days, I hit 1 million views in a day, which is about, the RPM wasn't as good. I basically $2,000-$3,000 a day off of doing these.
That's crazy.
Yeah, these Reddit YouTube channels.
Yeah, so like from the ground up on these. So what is like because I hear things all the time that are like, don't mix shorts and long form on one channel. There's like, don't mix private and public on one channel. Like we don't follow any of that because we don't do anything well on organic. Like, we have no idea. It's not really our business model, but how, like, what's the ground up of that? So you started a completely fresh channel and then just started completely creating new videos?
Yeah, that's basically it. When you get started, just set up a new YouTube channel and YouTube studio, and then just start throwing videos up on that thing. Basically, throw up a logo, throw up a thing.
That's literally it. And you're just, and then
you're in business basically. Like, and then obviously when you hit 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, like you did on this channel, you get monetized, and they start making ad revenue. And then all the business is dead ass just ad revenue.
It's just content creation.
Yeah, at least at the beginning.
Yeah, what's the machine of content creation? Like, I know nothing about this, and like the questions that came in on this, and I can pull them up on X, but it's basically like, what's the content generation wheel? Like, what is the? I'll pull them up, but
yeah, and so what it is like, it's literally just coming up with a video idea, something that you think you can get 1 million plus views. You're trying to go viral, basically, like consistently repeat over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it sounds kind of crazy. You're like, what the fuck do you mean go viral over and over again? That's a business. But there's a YouTube channel that basically did this, and they sold for more than Star Wars. They were, it was like called Coco Melon. You probably heard of them. So the owner of that company.
Yeah, I've heard of people that are doing it right now with like full teams and full whatever that are like some private equity roll up. Like, it was on My First Million episode, and they like rounded up some.
Yeah, like $3 or $4 billion. This freaking like publishing company sold for.
Yeah.
And so the model literally is like, you pick a niche subject, basketball, history, sports. I know it's a basketball and sports, but health, fitness. Like, we have some students' fitness YouTube channels. They're making like 20 grand a month with it. And you pick a niche, and then it's all in the formats. The money's all in the formats. So,
meaning what?
So a format. Okay, so one of my YouTube channels is the history channel, and what we did is when we got into the market, we saw this series that was doing really well for a competitor, and they did like what life was like in time period. And so they would just go through all the time periods, and they just would like basically talk about what was it like to live in that life, or like live a life in that time period. And so that's considered a series or a format. You know, you can call it either way. And so it's all in the formats. If you want to go viral, like for your, you know, if somebody's like, okay, what's Faceless YouTube? I want to just learn how to go viral on YouTube. You go to the biggest creators, you go to the Dan Martells, you go to the Alex Ramozis, you go to whoever it is that, Cody Sanchez is. You just go to their viral videos. Like Alex Ramosi, what he does is now at this point, because he's done content creation for so long, he keeps remaking some of the same viral videos over and over again. Like I was telling Nick Fisher the other day, I was like, he should make a video about how he, I built 4 8-figure companies to prove it's not luck, because it's literally like a video Alex Ramosi did. That's a format. You're just talking in the stories of like you building the businesses. So it's all formats. Finding what's the winning format. What are the videos that are going viral? Because for one, people don't like watching new shit. Anything that feels original, people just have a tough time clicking on it. Versus if you just give them what they're already used to liking, then they'll consume it, they'll buy it. People want a weight loss pill. Why is Ozempic a billion-dollar company? Because they don't want to go to the gym and they want to lose weight, and they're already used to taking pills.
Yeah.
So it's the same with YouTube. It's just, what's the format? What's the series? Some series you can just go and make a bajillion videos with. So we took that what life was like in blank format, and I was like, okay, you can do every time period, every ancient civilization. There's like 10 main ones, There's like 4 main ones, but you could do, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Egypt. You can do, and then you can get really nitty gritty, ancient Mesopotamia, ancient China, ancient Japan. It just, it goes on and on and on. But then I was like, okay, what life was like in blank. What if you just plugged in a different part of life, get a little bit more specific, and then go through all the time periods again? So you can literally do this in any niche. This is how you can blow up in the most competitive, make money online opportunity, like channels, niches, or anything like that. You can blow up in any niche by simply just, okay, what's the winner? And then how do we just like turn it into another format, another template? So what we did was, instead of what life was like, we did what drugs were like, which is another like, kind of interesting subject. What pregnancy was like, what marriage was like, what being a doctor was like, what one that was huge. People love negative bias. It's like a real thing. It was punishment. Punishment like made us probably like $100,000, $200,000. Like just what was, what were punishments like in, different time periods, eye for an eye type stuff, where it was just wild west of like punishments. And then we literally just would make that video over and over again. And then we found another one. It was like creepy things that are normal 100 years ago. So we just did that video over and over and over again with the time periods. Instead of 100 years ago, we did creepy things that were normal ancient China, creepy things that were normal ancient Egypt. So it's all idea. It's an ideation game.
Yeah, right.
It's ideas. It's an idea economy is what YouTube is.
And then when it comes to like, okay, so that's, I was pulling up the questions, but that makes a lot of sense. So you're niching, and so you're creating a brand, a logo, whatever, a name, something of the actual channel. You're spinning it up. You're then doing complete ideation until you find something that hits, and or basing ideation off of winning ones you've already seen that worked, and then production, and then it's producing and publishing.
Yep, literally. Then it's just
what's like a production process? Like I have no idea. So these are at this point, what is it? Complete like AI builders, or it's like video editors in the Philippines, or it's in-house like full VSL editor? Like,
yeah, I will do my best to service the AI junkies that are watching your channel right now. I'm still like old school with it. Like I like having a team. Like I don't know how I could run a business all by myself with AI right now. You talk to ChatGPT and it forgets what you asked it literally like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I haven't studied enough. I know a lot of guys who are like, replacing 80% of workload or doing this. They spend a lot of time actually building things. So like it also is that and like tweaking it. But there's obviously, but I have no idea.
Yeah, because I got into YouTube like 2018, and then it just worked, and I kind of just like stuck with it. Now I see a lot of guys where like we have students that make like freaking 20 grand a month with like 95% AI channel with just a couple VAs from the Philippines or something, running it, which it just takes, it's a lot more build time basically on the upfront.
Yeah. I mean, it's set up and then recurring, right? It's
that's kind of like more intensity. So the production model that I use is freelancers. So I hire a freelancer for each individual role. So I hire somebody who's specialized in script writing, and then I hire someone who's specialized in voice acting, and then hire somebody who's a video editor, and then I hire someone who's a graphic designer to make the thumbnails.
Interesting.
So I chunk it out, and then how I do it these days is I just bring in day one a channel manager, so somebody I teach the ideation system to, and then they run the ideation system. They do the hiring parts and the recruiting in case we need to let go of somebody and rehire, and then they do the QC, which is the quality controlling. So that's where most of it is. It's like you treat the freelancers like it's AI. It gives you a response, and then you got to like make it good, actually. Usually it's rewriting hooks and then just making sure the content's actually like worth listening to, basically. So
and then interesting, and the editing portion of it is they're just pulling like libraries, so just like licensed libraries of like
Yeah,
Google.
because one of the most common
Huh?
questions people are like, where the hell do you find this footage and this clips and
Yeah,
stuff like that? So it just depends on the niche. Like if you're doing a basketball channel, obviously you're going to get all the content from the NBA website. Uh, but you know, the real trick is like you have to make the content transformative. So you can't just download like some basketball game and post it. Like the NBA is going to want their money, you know? So you need to do it more so just
I
like,
have no idea how this works. I'm literally probably gonna
yeah,
have
this is where it
I'm
gets like weird. It's
like, yeah,
it's really
like
simple, but it sounds complex. It feels like people think they're gonna get like freaking sued, like jumping into this or something because the copyright, the
yeah,
complexity of it. Basically, I recommend going freelance route because I just tell them to figure it out, and then if we get a copyright claim, I just say, hey, fix this, and then or you're not getting paid on future projects, or we're not going to keep working with you, and then
yeah.
it makes it so there's literally no workload. But basically, they're finding Google Images. These days, you can prompt AI pretty well to like kind of demonstrate what you're trying to talk about. If you're doing a basketball YouTube channel, let's say you're going through the archives of the NBA website and finding old clips and old moments. You just most of it is like it needs to be transformative is the concept. So you can use like almost any clip. Some people are just assholes and just want every dollar because you use a single pixel of theirs or something like that, you know? So it's up to the copyright holders. Like Andrew Tate, he doesn't really give a shit about making money off your AdSense or ad revenue. He just wants to make sure it is in alignment of the branding and the marketing that he has right now that he wants.
Like if you clip him,
Yeah, like if you clip him, like as long as you're sending people to the real world, he doesn't give a shit how much money and ad revenue you make, you know?
yeah,
He just wants to be out there more. So it's just each copyright holder, that's where it gets a little complex, but most people they can just start uploading videos and you just kind of figure it out as you go, you know?
yeah, and
Like
I got don't worry
the
about that.
strict ones are like Japanese anime shows and stuff like that. It's like it's that or individuals when you're doing like compilations if you're doing like dash cam videos and stuff because individuals think that you're making millions of dollars off their footage. They want like a piece of the
Dash
pie, even though
cam.
there's like no money, you know, like
Yeah.
in the relative 5-second clip used of theirs.
Okay, so then that's at some level, yeah, that's creation, and then publishing and distribution, whatever, is literally you're uploading. I mean, obviously you're using, I'm sure, all the tools that are the thumbnail testing, all of that, and then it's what, just like stay on cadence. You post 3 times a week, and you make sure you stick to that, or like what are the rules around that?
Yeah, so then the actual management, this is where it's like stupid simple. Yeah, you're just like posting videos. The main thing is just like that I think most people screw up is they start making videos, let's say they do like what drugs are like in blank. And then all of a sudden they go way out in left field and they're like the story of Napoleon Bonaparte or something like that, you know? Which is like, yeah, those are both history people, but it's just like it's almost alienating an audience. You have people that just want to watch dumb shit videos about like people doing like stupid drugs back in history, you know? And then you have like a super serious video. It's just like it's being intentional with the audience and making sure you're serving one audience a lot of times.
Yeah.
People start to go everywhere and stuff. But yeah, it's just upload it. Just literally just hitting upload on the video, throwing up a title and thumbnail, and then most of the money I found lately is just like tweaking titles and thumbnails. It's like the same with your ad copy. Like sometimes you have like an ad that's winning in your out of your creatives, and then you just try like slap that hook on like a different CTA, you know, or slap it
Yeah.
with a different like text hook and test out the text hooks and stuff like that. So it's like the same media buying principle of like the what's the like the scientific like the science.
Yeah, to like iterate on it and just
Yeah, it's an iterative process. Then you can always just swap any thumbnail that's already live. So like, you could literally hire somebody, pay them $500 a month, $1,000 a month to go through all of your YouTube videos on your channel currently, and then try to optimize every thumbnail, and you'll probably get like a uptick of like 30% growth on your channel. You know?
Yeah, I've tried to do that, and people are like, "Oh, like $5,000 or whatever," and I'm like, "I don't care about that much," but like, yeah, no, I'd be 100% down to do that on mine.
Yeah, like Iman Godzi did that. He did.
Yeah, no, yeah, they
He
had
did
their
it with Mr. Beast, where they just go and have people just backtest their entire content, like their catalog.
yeah, that's
And
it.
there's apps that do it these days too, like thumbnailtester.com. You can just
Auto does it.
yeah, it'll rotate them every 5 days, and if one like flags the signal in there,
Will it create them
then
too?
what's that?
You know if it creates them?
They have a creator. I haven't played with it.
Because that's my biggest thing right now is like I just need someone to make them, and like I literally don't care enough about it to like all of a sudden shell out like $4 or $5,000. But like I also like want to do
Yeah, that's like such
I
a
want to like, do it
cost.
for sport, but I'm like also like yeah. So
Yeah, I have that dilemma all the time. It's like I could always backtest stuff, or I could just make another banger video. You know?
exactly.
That's where like the dilemma
Yeah,
is.
I'm like I
always
don't care. Like I'm just gonna talk to cool people, randomly upload good. Like I don't care. Like I literally this has nothing that.
Yeah, and you're not giving a fuck. I think it is your branding and why it's so special too, though. You know?
Yeah, that's also.
So it's almost kind of like you lean into it a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
like not trying to systemize or
No,
turn it
yeah,
into like some
that's
mechanical
facts.
beast.
That's facts. Okay, so then distribution. So that all happens. Then rehashing, or what, that's what Iman calls it in his group. The inside Quantum. That's like one of the sections in there on how they do things around clipping and rehashing to like bring back like old videos and like re give them an
Yeah.
algorithm, and it crushes for them. But for monetization, you're making money on AdSense. You have the opportunity to do partnerships. You have all that kind of stuff. What about like, do you guys do anything with like linking? Because it's big for us, right? The 2 links that are right there, the 3 that are in the caption, or I'm sorry, the first like pinned comment. Like a lot of people optimize for that. Do you guys just like not give a shit? Like, do you run them to opt-ins? Do you have like partners you can run them to? Because you have a video that gets 1 million views and having a link below there, like you can
Yeah.
get like tens of thousands of clicks.
You know,
And like,
I didn't go in the intention of like talking about this, but it like really clicks in my head that we should talk about this with your audience, which is like, yeah, dude, these people are like I don't know, for lack of better words, retarded when it comes to like building products and like selling stuff online. People just know how to get views and
generally
ad
people who
revenue.
run Faceless, you mean?
Yeah, like they're so under optimized for selling products, it's ridiculous. Like nobody sells anything. We had one student who did it, which is nice. I have like so many people I get to see what's working and what's not.
Yeah.
Having an info product, and one guy sold a freaking $27 like BS ebook on like manifestation and stuff. His channel is making 5-10 grand a month in revenue. So he's doing like, let's say 1 million views a month, 2 million views a month. And he made 40 grand
Yeah.
this first month selling a freaking $27
Dude.
manifestation ebook to his
Dude,
audience.
just the data on it. You can capture the data on a pixel somewhere just to like you could, I just
Yeah, nobody does anything. No one knows. Like there is
survival
no info
niche.
marketer in the niche, like in the industry at all.
Yeah, like that makes no sense. Like why you wouldn't like have it's crazy. Because it's like the highest intent, yeah.
Nobody does anything.
The
Yeah.
highest intent, but it's the next layer of intent. That's just like bizarre. Okay, so that's interesting. So those monetization models, but like, so then you created an info product around this because why not? And let's be real, it's a cash way, and info coaching is the best business model fucking ever because it's high cash flow and you can just be in it and have people in it and like you said, learn from people in it. But your guys' channels did what? Like 2 million, 3 million? I don't remember.
Yeah, we're like 2.5 that we've like tracked so far across the channels that we've done.
So is there merit to? I always have to ask on like info coaching people because like I do this for the reason I do this kind of thing. And I like don't really do the info. Like I like to be in it and I like to learn more things like ancillary niches and then also go deep. Because when I talk to someone about info coaching, I like learn more about info coaching or they do something here and they do something there. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And when we layer it in and get a 2% lift, like it's a lot of cash now because of like the volume. For you, like, is there the play, like if you know the business model, there's guys who just sold these things for like $3 billion or whatever, like when they all stack up, like what's your play? Like, is there a reason you're not just like, oh, cool, I have an army of 500 of these instead? Or like, you just don't give a shit or like?
Yeah. So I'm a guy that like, I don't know, like my personal fulfillment comes from hitting like setting higher goals and like achieving them.
Yeah.
And I got to where I hit $30,000-$40,000 a month consistently with Faceless YouTube channels. We peaked at like 70K, 72K in a month off of ad revenue from these channels. But realistically, like 30 to 40. And then I went batshit trying to figure out how to throw everything against the wall to hit 6-figure months. Like, I think I was like, okay, cool. I did the thing. I hit 10K. I hit 30K. It's like, I really want to do like multi-million-dollar years, I don't know. It was just my money. I was very money motivated in the sense of like my goals and my targets. And so I got hit up by these guys. They wanted me to make a course because I was like the guy that was like so good at all of this. And they're like, hey, can you make a course for us? I did like $3 million in 2 months, the course that I made for them, like from ground up. And their business partners were like Tony Robbins, a couple other different people. And they definitely had like, knew what they were doing. I was like, holy shit, dude, $3 million in 2 months, like I was here like trying to make like 100 grand a month, or like whatever. I was trying to pursue that, but it's like, I don't know though, that like opened my mind. I was like, damn, I'm like thinking way too small in life. I felt like, and so that led me down this rabbit hole of like, okay, let me see if I can scale up these YouTube channels at least to do 100 grand a month. I didn't have a lot of like data points at the time. I felt like I was the only guy doing it. Now it's like you go on X and I feel like there's so many people talking about how they're
it's like every other fucking post I see is
dude, nobody talked about ad revenue with YouTube like 5 years ago. No one said shit about it. No one told anything about it. Now it's like a game to see who can give the best value and the best advice and who can share the most amount of like secrets.
Yeah, I'm a huge
Like
fan
it's
of this
pivoted
channel.
heavy. Like I go on YouTube every day and I see like normal YouTubers like sharing how they're doing like 300K a month on like ad revenue. So there was none of that. So
Yeah.
originally I was like, okay, I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna run. Okay, I got like 5 YouTube channels and I figured out how to get to that point, and that's where I was making 70K a month.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, what if we do 20? What if we do 30? What if we do 50 YouTube channels? I was like, all right, we'll start with 20 at first, you know? And yeah, we started doing it, and then I realized how incompetent I was as a human being. This is what I realized.
I like the rawness of this. Yeah, continue. Yes.
Yeah, like, I realized how incompetent I was because it's like, okay, you're on one YouTube channel. Let's say you got a four-man team.
Uh-huh. That's what I was curious about. That's
Yeah.
that's literally why I asked that right in the beginning. I was like, how the do you do this at scale without like heavy bodies or a lot of automation?
Yeah, so I went the body route at first. Dude, we hired, I think, at one point in time in our Slack, we had 150 freelancers in our Slack. And I remember like we accidentally hit the button to like the free trial, and then the bill came, and I was like, holy shit, we're about to pay a $3,000 a month like Slack bill.
Oh yeah.
And these channels aren't even making money yet. You know, that we were trying to like just launch like all these channels.
Well, that's what I'm not understanding is the economics behind this on like what it costs to make a video, and then like it flops or like it does okay or it crushes. Like you're still out for $700 or $200 or whatever to make a video.
Yeah. My brain was on
4 or 5 people and it's $100 a head or what? I don't know what it is. Is it $200 for a video editor? No, it's probably less than that.
I'm good with stories. I'll tell you. We we first came in. I think I set the budget cap like $70 a video across 20
7D?
channels. Yeah, 70.
Oh, it only costs $70 to make a video?
Yeah, there's some people I see they do it like $20, $30 a video. You know, it requires
all
heavy
in,
QC
all
and
in with four. Yeah, I was gonna say, but all in with 4 or 5 or team members.
They would just cut out the script writer, I think, or they pay the script writer $10 and just heavy QC it, like heavy quality control. But yeah, the editors do like editing is such a cheap task. I don't know why everyone wants to like get in YouTube and do it themselves. I'm like, bro, you can pay someone like $3 in Pakistan and they'll do probably a better job than you can. For sure. Like then at least you at the beginning. It'll take obviously you can get more skilled labor for yourself over time, but it's just not worth the time. Like most of these editors are getting paid minimum wage, bro. Like even like some editor you pay like $400 for a video. If they're doing it right, dude, they're putting 40 hours into the video. You know, that's like $10 an hour, basically.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It's like, dude, editors get paid dog shit. It's kind of funny that everyone wants to become an editor when you can just it's cheaper for you to drive DoorDash or Uber Eats and then hire an editor than it is to like do it yourself. Yeah. But the thing is, we tried doing quantity. We found with YouTube, like in just any social media, quantity is good to get data points. Quantity is not good to like make it's not good to make
make quality.
Yeah. Yeah. People like, and the viewer on YouTube is so sophisticated these days that, dude, you put an AI voice on a video 2 years ago, no one knew. You put an AI voice on a video now, you put a human voice that fucking sucks on a video in the comments. AI voice. Like, you know, the viewer is so sophisticated on the platform. Yeah. That, and you know, you can probably, like, people I think took advantage of the quantity route. And you see the quantity channels are really just dying off over the years. And it really, like, that's where I learned. It's like, okay, I got some good data points. I learned some niches that were cool that I probably wouldn't have done anyways. And now I've jumped into stuff from, like, geopolitics. Like, I would have never done a geopolitics channel. But, like, through that phase, I learned, like, oh, that's kind of a cool niche, you know, that I could do well at. So it was good for the data points. But, yeah, no, the method right now that I'm seeing everyone do is, like, these companies that are selling for, like, $100 million right now, these publishing companies, they run 5 brands usually. Like, 3 to 5 solid ones. So then they're a little bit more diversified seasonality wise. Because if you do a basketball channel, you're kind of screwed. Like, I mean, women's basketball made it a lot easier with like Caitlin Clark and stuff. But like, if you do a football channel, baseball, it's like when it's off season, you it's tough. Yeah. So I found it's like 3, 5, you know, channels in a portfolio. You do them really good. You make your videos better than 95% of the videos on the platform. The channels like this, Real Life Lore, Infographic Show, these are channels that they do like, you know, random explainer style videos. They probably have a pretty good cogs, you know, like they have a good nut that they have to pay every single month in salaries. But, you know, let's say they pay 30 grand a month in production. These channels are doing like $300,000 a month, you know, in ad revenue brand deals. And it's just, you could tell it's like 30, like the statistic that like anybody can use inside of this video is like most of my YouTube channels on the back end these days, 60% TV viewers. People like YouTube has replaced television.
Interesting.
Yeah, YouTube has replaced television. Your audience is a little bit different. We're trying to get your videos in like while we're on a walk and shit, you know, so it's a little bit different. Like we're at the gym, we listen to Ryan Clogg. But most YouTube channels are like they're canceling their Netflix subscriptions and they're throwing YouTube on their TV. And so people are expecting like Netflix on their TV basically for free.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
if you can deliver that, that's where all the money's at right now, is if you can do long
So is
videos.
that what your direction is quality? And yeah, because that's my thought. It's like if you already know how to do like the groundwork of it and the foundation, like I don't know if you've heard enough of these, but I'm always like, why are you doing 12 things when you could do one thing or three things like huge?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I listened
I
to a lot of
wonder,
Sam Hubbins, and then I realized that I was like a dumbass trying to do too much.
depends. Okay, that's interesting. So the questions on here are all kind of similar, but like I can just run through them. But like, what are the top three things around long-term success for a branded channel?
Yeah, I feel like didn't satisfy that last answer. I'll answer it real quick and then ask that question. So the play is, what am I making for the play? I didn't answer that. So my play, info is a good cash flow business. It's just free revenue, basically. It's just free money. I feel like doing cash flow, if you don't mind being on camera, like building a sales team and sales floor and all that stuff.
Don't get mind getting yelled at that you're scamming or you're doing whatever.
Yeah, I've already got, dude, I have one video that got like
Welcome
5 million views. Like someone called me a scammer. There's like no substance. I I pissed them off in a YouTube video, and then I'm a scammer now because I pissed them off in a YouTube video saying that 9 to 5 jobs are a terrible idea. But
The classic, like, yeah. I mean, dude,
yeah,
I don't sell anything, so I don't have the stones that come my way around there. But like, it's very common, and it was very high practice for a long time that people taught how to make money, and that's how they made their money. And
yeah,
like that is one thing, and then there's another thing, which is like you making money in addition teaching the thing you do. It's just like it's very important to me that someone's always a player coach, which is some stealing Iman's phrase there again, but like he always says that like I don't know, people who did something 5 years ago and are still teaching on it and consulting on it or like making money teaching people how to do it. Like, I don't super fuck with that. But like people who are like real time, like you run pages and you run channels, you have your own stuff. And then you also make money teaching people how to, like, as long as you're not like, oh, hey, here's how you make $1 million a year from your channel. It's like, if you haven't made $1 million doing your channel, like, why the fuck are you talking about it or telling people how to do it? But it's one thing if you're like, here's how you make 10K a month on having a YouTube channel, a faceless YouTube channel, which you've done, 12 times over. Like, that's a different game, right? Like, that's yeah.
And then the publishing model, like, so the actual channels, I'm just following the publishing model. So that's going to be like, I see all these e-com guys selling their branded stores and stuff like that these days. We're kind of seeing the back end of all these guys that started e-com like 5-10 years ago, and now they're like selling it, doing sell-offs. So my goal is to build a few brands and then just kind of try to figure out how to sell them for 10, 20, $50 million, essentially, kind of like these other plays.
Yeah.
So
that'd be crazy.
That's my goal with that. And then I got info is kind of like my sandbox, like learning how to build an actual like an actual business, learning how to run different departments. And then
yeah, exactly. Which
and then eventually like I want to get into like
customers. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. The Brooke Hitting model, I think, would actually be interesting for you to, I don't know if you listened to that one, but so he sells like the result no matter what. So his thing is the branded drop ship, or I'm sorry, it's branded drop shipping, US based high ticket. So like that's his whole world. But the beauty of how he sells the info coaching is you basically have like the course or whatever that he sells on the front end that's like pretty low ticket. It's like 1 or 2K. And then the top tier thing I think is like 25 or 50 or something thousand. And it's the same thing. It's just how much like implementation / done for you. So like you could sell. So for example, it's like a 2K course on how to build a faceless YouTube or whatever. The next version of that is a 5 or 10K where it's like, it's very hands-on and like one-to-one coaching and like helping them like walk through and pick their niche dealer stuff. And then the top tier version of it is like, we build an entire channel for you. We get all the videos up. We build the team for you. And then once you hit like 1K in revenue or whatever on a video, then we hand off the channel to you. And that's like 50K. So they're all getting the same thing, which is they want faceless YouTube channels that generate them income. This one's just learn how to do it yourself for 2K. This one's like, I'll just hand you one. And like, you can charge crazy differences. And that's his model. He fucking crushes.
That's like that. Yeah. I have a buddy that does that too. And
with ecom.
Yeah. With ecom.
Yeah.
It's hard with YouTube, like not to go on too much of a tangent, but it's like, it's a little bit of like, it's a bit of like an art form in a way. Like ecom, you got creatives that are already working, just put ads into that thing and you got a revenue stream. You can even just take another product that's already working, just throw it on that thing. and then just like you can guarantee revenue. Like you got backup plans on backup plans to bring in revenue.
Just the difference on this, meaning that you have to like the niche selection, I don't know enough about this, but
yeah, it's like I've tried it in the past. It's not to say that I won't do it again in the future and like try to figure it out like a better way of doing it. It's just like the DFY. It's like I don't know. Maybe I've just my incompetence as a leader or something of being able to, as like an operator of being able to do it.
Same.
Yeah.
All right. So long term.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I felt like we didn't.
No. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. What do we got, brother?
The top 3 things to ensure long-term success for a branded channel.
Long-term success with a branded channel. So the main thing, any social media. Okay, so I've done this to blow up. Like I started on TikTok. I had 1,500 followers 90 days ago. Now I have almost 200,000 followers on TikTok. I think everyone's seen TGR, Brez, and like all these guys blowing up, and I want to be a part of the bandwagon. It's from like I've gotten like I think 60 million views on X as well myself. And what I'm saying, the reason why I share these numbers is it's just social media, and it's understanding how content works. It works across all platforms, so this is for everybody. And I'll answer the branded YouTube success, but it's the same. It's what is a brand and how do you get it so people actually care? How do you get people to give enough? Which is always number one. Which is like I remember I opened up like Traffic Secrets from Russell Brunson the other day. He literally just hits a nail on the hammer immediately with it. Just who's your videos for? Who's the avatar of this? Who's the avatar for this product? Who's the avatar for this video? And I view marketing and content and social media one-to-one. They're exactly the same. Honestly, most of the verbiage is exactly the same. It's just the product is the video and the content, not the product is the training or the coaching or the supplement or the physical product. So the product is the video. So you have to ask yourself, who's the avatar for the video and hone in on that. So you want to make a channel. I say build a channel around one niche or one topic. At the end of the day, build a channel around one avatar. It's like, who is that person? The only thing you have to do, because we're making our money off of like lots and lots of views, is you need to make sure they're not a specific avatar. They're more kind of a generalized avatar with branded YouTube channels. That's the only difference. So it would be like, okay, this person's probably in this age range. When you're going viral, you can't be hyper specific. I found it's like they're 25 to 35. They probably have this level of education. They're probably working a 9-to-5 job. They probably get off work at 5. They get home at 5:45. It's like it's knowing who your avatar is. And then it's knowing like, okay, if you're that person, what are they seeing on YouTube? What did they just see in the news that they care about? What is it, these different things that it's going on? So it's like building a channel around an avatar. Like that's anything, any social media, it's always who's the person that this is for and how do you serve them? And so it's like, Jeff Bezos, so you always made a seat for the customer. It's the customer. The customer is the number one decision maker in your business. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is that I've had this issue over the years, and that's that if you're not on top of the ball of making a good product, the customer base is getting really sophisticated. People's dopamine levels and that they want or desire is rapidly changing. Like a year ago, people wanted hyper edited videos. People now want very slow paced videos. It's like you kind of have to be a consumer of the product of YouTube to know what it is that people want, which kind of goes into the caveat of avatar. But it's like you kind of have to understand. Like it's Mr. Beast talks about. He's all like, what I did 6 months ago is something entirely different that I do today. And it's always rotating every 6 months. You kind of have to get a pulse of like, are people in a really high dopamine state right now, or is there a very like low dopamine state? And you kind of just it's an intuitive thing. It's just kind of like, if you just watch content, you'll have a really good pulse of like, okay, where are things at? Where's the heartbeat at things? Yeah. So if you always want to win, if you want to kind of win, and just every time that horseshoe hits that side of the pendulum, like Tai Lopez, like Tai Lopez is the pendulum guy, dude. He hit one side of the pendulum. And anytime that side of the pendulum's hitting, he's winning. Anytime it's not, no one gives a shit about Tai Lopez. And it's because he's really good at the talking videos. Like he's really good at the yapping videos with no editing, him just yapping. Anything that's not that, he sucks at it. He doesn't even try to make those videos. He just makes the one format of content. So anytime you see a Tai Lopez video show up on your feed that's 10 years old, that means you got to go start making some yapping videos, because that's what people want to see right now. They want raw, unedited shit. But then when the pendulum swings the other way, people don't care anymore, Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah. So, like, if you want to ride the pendulums on a channel, you need a catalog. That's the thing about Iman Gadzhi's channel, is he has a catalog. He has the hyper-edited videos. He has them the other side of the pendulum, where it's, like, super raw and authentic that he's been building out lately in his catalog. I think he realized that he didn't have those videos, so his channel was really kind of depleting. So you need to understand what are both sides of the pendulum, And then how do you make it so you have both forms of content? And then when you see those, like I'm always studying the 48 hours on my channel, and I'll see a video randomly that's like 4 years old, all of a sudden just like pick up again. And so I'm like, that's a signal. I need to go watch that video and figure out what it is that's about that video because people want more of that right now. So
Interesting.
it's having like a, this is a little, yeah, I know it kind
No,
of
that makes sense. Yeah.
went a little deep on this one, the second point, but it's just like, it's being a consumer of your own product, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
you like the smell of your farts, you know? It's like, they smell good, but it's like, you have to understand that there's just like other stuff going, like you have to understand where's the
there's
market
more. Yeah.
at.
Following the market. Okay.
Okay. And then number 3, this is my philosophy, is that team is everything if you don't want to be doing everything at your company. And it's like, if you have a badass script writer, if you have a badass editor, and you focus more so on taking care of them, that person is your golden goose and will make you a shit ton of money. And so my philosophy is that like team is everything. Make sure that you have the right people on the bus. They're going to have like power outages, shit happens, funerals, weddings, like all sorts of stuff. Take care of your team. Take care of your people. They're the ones making you all the money. It's like, if you build a good team, you'll make a ton of money. Now, other people would switch that out with be the latest and greatest at AI tools and be obsessed and like freaking spend all day on freaking ChatGPT being its little bitch, like prompting it all day. But my philosophy is team because it's like I'm trying to make sure that I have something that's like I can enjoy my life. I can have freedom. I don't have to bury myself alive to get a bunch of views and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm like, you know, having great people around me that are obsessed about the product.
Yeah. Where do you source team?
So, dude, Upwork.com.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The most people, they throw up one Upwork job post and I'm like, dude, this sucks. You can't find anybody. The trick is
Upwork.
literally,
I use Upwork all the time still.
yeah, the trick is just like, just as you would a media buyer, as you would a scientist, just iterate a shit ton on Upwork, post at different times of the day, post at different days of the week, change the title a few times of your job posts. You'll be blown away. Like, dude, the amount of times we hire a competitor's editor because they just saw a job post one day and then they kind of weren't getting the best treatment at their other, you know, with their other job and they just wanted to work for us, like, is insane. And then they already have all the SOPs, they already have all the processes, they already know how everything works. They just want someone who gives a shit about them, you know?
Yeah,
And
that makes a lot of sense, dude. I'm like, my brain is racking over here about the monetization model. Like, it's so funny. Like, oh, 2 million views and 1 million, and like constantly having fun. It's not, and then you said earlier, you're like, yeah, you don't want like a super niche, which like makes sense, right? You don't want to go like crazy deep in it, but like, if you had the right monetization model plugged into this and had the skill of being able to just consistently get the views, like these things could be 5, 10, 20 times the size. Like, I don't know what a Coco, I mean, obviously those are like built around views and like partnerships and then like all this stuff, but like, man, like look at any of these businesses that have like different view stacks, but then different monetization models that are tied to it. Like, you know, Pudgy Pang, I just had Luca Nets on and he talks about what they're doing for views and how it's all like this giant brand awareness thing. And like their model and like how they then have also the entire ecosystem and what they're building and like everything on that. But then you look at like mine as like a stupid simple example. It's like I shall get 300 watch hours a day and I like randomly post now and I still get them a day.
yeah,
It's like, you know, I drop a link in something and like, you know, it's just, but it's like the type of person that's watching. And then also with the monetization model, like I have no monetization model, like kind of like on purpose. But if you had a super niche of something like in car niche, for example, and we're doing like cars this time and cars this in this era and this era and this era, and you have something pushing in that direction, there are so many ways to monetize that stuff. That's beyond AdSense. So you make 5 to 10K on 1 million views or 2 million views.
yeah. The ad rate typically, I just tell most people like $5, $6. Yeah,
$5, $6 for every 1,000
views. So yeah, it's like
RPM,
5, 6,000 if you get 1 million views. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Inflation. You can thank inflation actually. You know, like most of these channels would be like $3, $4 like 4 years ago,
That's crazy.
and then now it's like, dude, you can do almost like so many of these opportunities are so profitable now because like just the amount of inflation on these. First of all, Google.
Yeah, so like, could you make one? I mean, like people do these for like you could be an affiliate for something and make a bunch of niche content around that and just be an affiliate. And
yeah, I've seen a couple people do it that way where they found a software, they go for the affiliates and then they build a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You're
Demo,
kind of it kind
you-
of breaks the rules. They're not doing fully faceless channels. Like they'll use a puppet basically, like an animated version of themselves, you know, and then they'll walk through how to use the softwares and stuff like that. But they'll make like 20 grand a month doing that.
yeah, and then they get.
It's not fully faceless though, but I've seen people do it that way. Like nobody my okay. So here's one caveat that I feel like I have to say like freaking every week is like we have a lot of people. They're entrepreneurs. You know, most of your followers right now are entrepreneurs watching this podcast or business. They have a business minded thing. What do you think is the first YouTube channel a business minded person would jump into?
The first video a business minded person would jump into. I feel like it's a loaded question. I have no idea.
A business YouTube channel.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know, like finance, business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you literally turn your brain off and it's like, okay, what
Yeah,
you're like,
how
oh, I want
to
to start a
make
business
money
YouTube channel.
online, and whoever's got the keyword in the top 5. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, I want a finance YouTube channel. I want a business YouTube channel. And I'm like, okay, got it. And they're like, yeah, I want to do a faceless one. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. When's the last time you took a YouTube advice from some random ass YouTube
Yeah,
channel?
from Faceless. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like faceless, you know, or business advice. You know, no, you're gonna go listen to freaking Alex Ramosi. You're gonna go listen to the CEO of whatever company and get it straight from the freaking source. You know,
Yeah. No,
unless maybe you're going through like Charlie Munger wisdom or something like that. You know, or Warren Buffett, and it's like more of like a
like a reuse of
yeah. So
Interesting.
that's the only model. Like if it's super product heavy, you can make it happen. But so I don't think faceless is the way you want to go with most of those. I think you literally just make Loom videos like you make or screen recordings with the Miro board for most niches, and you'll probably get a shit ton of customers. You know.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So that's the one I usually turn. I have to turn down all the time. In a sense, I'm like, okay, like I could say yes and take your money and like say yes to go build this, but I just don't want the freaking to like that weight of everybody being like, hey, I'm not making money with this. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody likes the idea, and I'm like, yeah, no, like, go build
It's
like
hard
this.
you just make this so simple. Like, yeah, because there's, I follow a few different people, or I constantly see them on my feed. Most of them, it's very interesting. It's like a lot of people show, obviously, lifetime revs and like rev per video that are maybe big of like a 30K or a 20K per vid, or lifetime of 1 million or something. But it seems that a lot of people are, I don't know. There's different buckets of people that go different like technical levels. Like some are like very. That's what the next question is. That's why I'm saying this. But the next one's on here is like tips to maximize consumption. So I'm saying like some people go so technical with it, and like you don't sound like you go like extremely technical. Like extremely.
Yeah, dude, I'm the most like I remember seeing Brian Moncada post a meme one time about the like Giga Chad media buyer versus the freaking nerdy like tech guy.
And you're just like throw out videos. You're just like have a good team that makes them, pump them out, do more volume game, and like.
Yeah, I'm a guy that's just like, okay, what the fuck do people want to watch, and how do we make the video that people want to watch?
Yeah.
And so I'm a big ideas guy because it is an idea economy. You have to understand it's like all of this, like this model is an idea economy. You know, it's not the like, I mean, it is. I like the, I did take from one of your podcasts, you called YouTube like it is a direct marketer approach because you increase the title and the thumbnail and you get a higher CTR and AVD and stuff like that. I was like, shit, dude, that's why all this marketing stuff makes so much sense. You know, like I'm learning both and it applies to both. But yeah, you can totally play the game of like CTR and AVD, which is click-through rate, percentage, and average view duration if your audience doesn't know. But you can play this game of like hyper optimization. I'm a big believer of just like, why the fuck should someone watch this video? Like, why is this video like on YouTube in the first place? You know, let's start there. Like, why would this be worth anybody's time? Why would they want to watch it? Out of the bajillion videos they saw Mr. Beast right next to your thumbnail, why do they want to watch your video?
Yeah.
And so I play the super dumbed down, brain dead person when I come to making decisions when it comes to like content strategy and stuff like that. For one, I mean, it gets a lot of people are like, dude, this guy doesn't know how to make money. What the heck? He's like some hippie guy that probably surfs all day and stuff. And you know, it's like the thing I get all the time. But it's like I do that on purpose because I realize dumb people are so smart because they don't try to act like they know everything. They don't like but at the same time, they're kind of like the mass audience, you know, the dumb person. Because the thing that goes viral that I've learned over the years is simplicity. You know, why do you think Tekashi 6ix9ine like made so much freaking money doing the dumbest shit? It's because he has ass, money, supercars.
Yeah, just classic.
He says dumb shit, you know? Like, why is this guy so viral and makes so much money? It's because he understands what people want. Ass and like, you know, this other stuff. It's the same with like same with Taylor Swift. She has heartbroken girls are sad and depressed and they feel alone. Okay. So what's the value to society that Taylor Swift adds? It's not building a freaking building. It's not any of this shit. She just makes videos so that way girls feel less alone when they're heartbroken and going through a breakup and, you know, going through their stuff.
Yeah, it's just a different approach, right? It's like and you know, let's be obvious, right? You have the Mr. Beast level like attention to things and team and size and whatever, and that's why they do the numbers they do. But like, not everyone needs to do,
There's
10.
there is like an operation. Mr. Beast is kind of more my guy, where he's just like, "What's the viral video?" Like then they were like, they're like, "Huh, these hydraulic press videos are doing really well. What should we do to make another viral video? We should make a hydraulic press video. Okay, what's the craziest thing we could hydraulic press? A Lamborghini. So then they just make a giant ass. They're like, okay, how do we get this together? Where do we get the Lambo? Where do we do all this? But then what he has on the back end is these people that are hyper fixated on that stuff. I think he just did it because he wanted to be the viral YouTuber, but in reality, he just has teams that are those hyper optimization people.
Yeah, which is
and it's a very iterative process where they just test 50 different thumbnails and then just see which one wins based off of like, their previous SOPs, but then, and then they have the data analysis junkies and the monkeys.
Yeah, exactly. And they go hard on it after that, right? It's like ideation plus like, analysis.
Yeah. He's not the data guy. He's just kind of more like, okay, he's the visionary. And then he's just like, he became the data guy for a little bit because it was like the biggest bottleneck, I think. But
Yeah,
he's really more the ideation guy. Like he's just like, okay, where's the vision? And like, how do we make a viral video for sure?
Yeah.
And then now he has like teams of like, it's crazy. He has like such an iterative process with ideation. Like you'll have like 6 different teams of like 3 people, an A, a B, and a C level person, and then they all come up with an idea for 10 hours, and then they all battle against their ideas on like who has the best idea. It's like the most corporate like ideation machine like I've ever heard. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's literally an idea machine.
Yeah.
Next one on here is from the WAP guys. How is he thinking about more advanced Gen AI and how it changes the landscape of BizOp?
Yeah, I saw that one from Ari. So
Ari.
what is yeah, he's a G. What is considered generative AI?
I think it means like full generative AI creation. So like once it gets to a point where you can like actually like, right now it's full scripting plus full like, and then you're like scraping together and chunking together pieces of it, and then you're chunking together, or then you can overlay audio, and then you're matching, and like you're doing all that stuff, right? Like to my simpleton brain who doesn't play in this world, but like eventually, and probably not that far out there. How long are the videos generally that you post?
We've been really pushing for longer than 20 minutes. For the last time we were doing 10 minutes, but the 10-minute video is kind of dying lately. People want to watch like 30 to 50-minute long videos.
Wow. So many 30-minute long videos?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, you gotta think about it.
Like, exactly. So I guess in his example in this, and based on that, like, what happens when you can pump out 30-minute videos in an hour with generative, which is not real, but like, like not a good one necessarily with full scripting and like to match your specs. But like if you can just pump these out, I guess that is realistic without QC and without whatever, you could just pump these out, have 10 of them, post all of them, and like one of them hits.
Yeah, that's what this new policy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then YouTube just made their new policy. That's like,
yeah, that's where it's getting to. I think people were starting to go that way, but it was like not good enough that it made it so it disrupted the quality of the platform. And again, they're trying to compete against Netflix, so that's why they did the policy update, was because people were posting 10 times a day, mass producing stuff, and then just they were treating upload button as the variance testing, basically. And yeah, it's just I haven't seen the unit, like the economics of this work, it's because like if you use Veo, I don't know what the pricing is now. I remember it was like $20 for like 15 seconds. So you're making a 10-minute video, and that's an expensive ass video. You got to get, in order, let's say, I don't know, my dumb brain math is, let's say like $300 it costs you to make a video, 200, let's say 200. That means you have to get at least like, what would that be, like 80,000 views or so in order for the video to be profitable or so. So then for you to hit that over and over and over again, for you to keep breaking even, it's just, I don't know. I can't comprehend it. Again, YouTube changes their policy to like really go against mass produced stuff. There's people that try to systemize stuff, but there's like a certain threshold. I wish I was more articulate, but there's like a certain, like I've seen on YouTube, if I'm trying to explain it from my experiences, like there's a certain point where you overdo something. Like if you did, like you found out that these info product marketer interviews were like cracking, you could go be like, okay, I'm gonna go do 10 of these a day and just like go rip it for like 3 months of just doing these info products.
Yeah, when it hits. What about what do you think about all these shorts and stuff? Because I see other people who do that. So they do shorts monetization. I literally am so stupid with this. I have no context.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't understand the unit economics with shorts either. I guess I'm kind of like, I found a lane and I just do it over and over and over again. You know, anything that's not that lane, I kind of just like stay out of it.
Yeah, same.
Um,
Same.
it's like, yeah, I have a tough time like with that. Like the shorts, there's guys doing it. And I see them making 10 grand a month with it, doing clipping and clip farming and all this stuff. But it's just like the ad revenue on shorts for the most part is usually 8 cents. So in order to make, let's say, $10,000 a month, you have to get like, say, 70 million views a month. And it's like, how do you manufacture 70 million? If you have that skill set to get 70 million views a month, dude, you probably get 3
Yeah, that's
million
what I
views.
mean. I'm back to saying the same thing. It's like the skill set is valuable. The monetization model is, I mean, granted, it's hands off. That's kind of the point, I guess, right? Like a lot of people are like, oh, cool. Like all you do is just get a check.
Yeah.
But like if you even go the next layer deeper in any capacity, I don't know how shorts work with like CTAs, so probably a little harder than long form works with CTAs and consumption and all the stuff you'd get. But like, there's just another monetization model on
The
top.
people I see making the most money, they just learn how to manufacture quality at like insane pace that like nobody can compete with because again, Netflix watchers are now getting onto YouTube. So if they can eat up that audience, then those are the people winning, which that
Yeah.
audience wants quality. The other one I've seen is just like they jump on trends like Diddy going to jail or, you know,
Yeah.
going through the courthouse stuff. Like, you know, people are making like 200 grand a month doing like stuff like that. Or like a big one was the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial a few years ago.
Yeah.
People were making 200 grand a month because they could spam those videos and people want it. I don't know how
It's
people are so obsessed
crazy.
with celebrities, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
So I've seen it
crazy.
work those ways. If there's a wave of a trend or whatever, it's just then it's like you're reaching the limits of a TAM at a certain point, you know, and they
Yeah.
can only watch so many videos and whatnot. So it's like you might as well just compete for quality over quantity.
Yeah, just hang out in your own blue ocean.
Yeah.
What is average time invested to create a quality video? So like from beginning to end, what's it take a team of 4?
2 and 4 to make a video. It's like I've seen like script writer takes 1 to 3 days depending on how many revisions you got to do, you know.
And are
it's
you doing the revisions or the channel manager or that would you
I have
call
it
it?
where the channel manager does it. Most people when they're getting started, it's like they're doing it themselves, you know. Um, yeah, it's like I'd say when you get the system operating, it's like 3 to 5 day turnaround, maybe
Full video,
7.
ready to post?
Yeah, 7 to 10 if you're doing a little bit more. Like, if you're trying to go super quality, you're doing 1 video a week. But you're doing like these whiteboard animation channels are doing really good lately, or like explainer videos. Those take like 14 days, 2 weeks to do.
Yeah.
So then at that point you have to have like multiple production teams on one channel. So you have like 3 production teams so you can get like 2 videos out a week,
Yeah.
just how people will do it. So yeah, you just usually go to the constraint with your team, which is like usually 3 to 5 days of video on most topics or most styles of videos. And then what all these big channels do, like there's one channel, Infographic Show, they do like 2 20-minute long animated videos every single day. And I mean, I think they hit $1 million months with their channel in ad revenue and brand deals. Like looking at the statistics, I'd have to get it verified by somebody, but it says at least like $500,000 a month. They have like 10 teams of like animators.
Yeah,
Basically.
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so that's Faceless YouTube.
Yeah, that was like the freaking speed run of breaking it down.
So then, I mean, let's jam quick info coaching land a little on this. So like now you have info coaching on top of this, so you then make money as well teaching people how to do this. And what's the result claim? Like how to make 10K a month? Marcus
I don't know
beginner.
how FTC compliant that is, but
I have no idea. I don't do
yeah,
any
I don't know
MMO. I
either.
don't do any MMO. So okay, well, what is? I hang out in a green pasture. What is what's the model? So it's what $1,000? It's $5,000. It's what people come
Yeah.
in community. It's course. What?
Yeah, I promise that like we get people monetized and make money with it. The volume of money that people make, it's like that's up to the individual and their own limiting beliefs and whatnot and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just basically how to have a shot at success of building a business online. And I just so happen to do Faceless YouTube. It's kind of like my modeling with it. So
Yeah. And it's what group coaching. It's info. It's just a
yeah.
course.
I made a course, and then I started slinging courses. But I just realized how like shitty that model is. It's like if the course videos aren't good, then
Oh yeah, there's a whole thing. The consumption.
yeah.
What is it?
So
80%
I'm
of
more
people
like I'm like screw the courses. Like I don't really care. Like I have a course. I don't sell it as like an individual standalone product at all. And like I'm not gonna say it's good, but like I mean it's good enough and people make money with it for sure. I'm more on coaching. Like, I think coaching is like the model for sure because
Yeah.
it's like then you have an accountability. Most of it's accountability. I found like with
Yeah.
success and literally
Yeah.
hands-on training. So, we did that. We're doing coaching. So we literally account manager model, CSM model with it, and then group coaching. So I remember hearing Alex Mosey. He did daily group coaching calls, and he just would do lunch with everybody. Basically, he called it lunch with Alex. And so I like that model a lot. I joined Closers IO and stuff, and I saw how they were doing it, and they had like 10 coaching calls a week, and I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Cole's a
Yeah.
fucking savage. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was originally doing one a week, and then group coaching is like pretty much everything. So I do them like every day now, 5 days. I do 5 days a week. So
Yeah. Yeah.
group
That's dope.
coaching, and that's how we get so many crazy results. Is because we
Yeah,
just
that's why I was that dude. Well, because it comes in the personalization. I had this conversation, I think on here. I don't even know. Half the time I don't know if I'm recording or not. But like, basically that AI has like democratized this whole like ideation and like personalization and access. Now it's like all execution. And the same thing with the where info coaching industry is going. Like to just get like login access to a course is like cool if you're the person who like can consume like that and like can mold it to your. But like that takes a lot more context and like it's harder versus info coaching, right? The layer of having personalization through either group coaching, one-to-one, whatever type of coaching on top of it is like the key. And it's just such the key. So it's like they can get as far as they can get through course, and then they're asking questions about it. So like everyone's on the same page, and like people are coming in and having the context, because that's the worst is when you have someone who's like making 80K a month asking questions, followed by the guy who's making zero. And like it sucks for a lot of sometimes other people in there. So like if they're not in the same bucket, it's a little bit harder. But if they have the same like foundational access, and you can just point them back to like, okay, go watch videos in module 2 and then come back and we can like, that'll solve your problem. We don't have to like, spend the time right now. But yeah, as long as you have like community access and you build like the cult following and like the true cult following of like buyers and like people who like really, really love your shit when you get to talk to them a lot versus just like content, which is,
Yeah, that's the part that I need help with in the sense of like, dude, we have no back end basically right now.
Yeah.
We just like people are happy. Like we have like I think from what I've heard like probably the most insane results in like the industry, but it's like, dude, I have no idea what the freaking like how sales
What
work.
else do they buy? Do they buy software? Should you build one of the softwares? Do they buy, because that's the other play that a lot of these guys will do with info coaching is gate a software or just like Trojan horse, not gate, Trojan horse, a software. So it's like, and then you sign up for, XYZ thing, and it's like, this does your thumbnail generation, this does your thumbnail testing, or this does your whatever piece of the puzzle. Or
Yeah, maybe I'm a dumbass. I just send them always to the people that already have the software.
exactly, right? Who already crushed it with that. So do we. I did the same thing. I didn't do that at all. But yeah, there's other things that people buy, and then there's other things people can buy from you, and there's other things that people already buy. And it's like,
we're trying out recruiting because I heard that like from Jeremy Miner, he's all like, info is like a 20 million or $20 billion a year industry, and recruiting is like an $80 billion a year industry.
Yeah.
So he's all like, by literally just switching the industry that you're in.
Yeah, just switching the frame over. Yeah. Yeah. Cole crushes it with that too. It's like a huge piece of his business model. He talks about it on our video where they do like, corporate or B2B level recruiting. And
yeah, I thought about switching it to like kind of like a VA hiring model because I've heard a few people do it as like a subscription, like 1K a month, and then unlimited recruiting or something, for VAs basically.
Interesting.
It's not like a salaried employee, that we're hiring.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like project-based style. Only if they're it only turns that way recurring is if they have recurring work. So yeah. So as long as there's a pipe. But cool. All right. Well, anything else? Faceless YouTube land.
Info product land. We did switch to because we've been getting so many people like joining lately. The one that we switched to that might be good for everybody. For one, I blew up on TikTok, so I had a lot of traffic, so I had to change the conversion mechanism to like from a VSL. We switched it to like a webinar model, and then that crushed. And then
TikTok? TikTok direct to webinar, so they have to opt, or is it real time? So they opt.
Real time. I do it live.
Direct to cart.
Yeah, and then I'm really good at like belief selling, so I just belief sell for like 2 hours straight, basically.
And you do those live, you said?
Yeah. So I have one tomorrow night. But what we did is we switched so I went into the data and I found that like. Dude, I'm telling everybody, it's like the Alex Mosey stuff. It's like he's so like freaking. I think everybody's like, oh yeah, he like says the same stuff. He's so mainstream or whatever. But his stuff works. There's a reason why everyone loves him so much. And the one that I like got from him was he's like, dude, if you can just figure out how to give the value twice, like 2 times faster, you're technically like 2 times more valuable.
Yeah.
And so we just did all the data. We tracked everything. We're like, the average student gets monetized in 80 days, but it takes the average student 34 days to pick their niche. Yeah, I don't know. People are just like, they have such a tough time with like making a decision, like, and that's why they're usually broke and not making 30K a month already. Is like why they've never built a business, because people
Yeah.
have such a tough time making decisions.
So did you collapse it to like 24 hours or anything? Or?
Yeah. We're like, dude, if we literally just get that one metric down, and immediately like people are getting monetized in like 50 days instead of 80. But like, so we just did we just do a 2-day 8-hour boot camp.
Yeah.
We just pivoted over to that. So that was an instant, like that blew my mind of like, if you just track the data and seeing what the biggest bottleneck is of like results, you can literally make your program like so much more valuable. And people are just like,
yeah. Brooke, the guy was talking about, Brooke was talking about that, but they do, and another guy I know does group, and Brooke, I think at the time when I talked to him, was doing solo, but like onboarding call, so like post-purchase onboarding call, and it's like you push the activation metrics like way forward. It's like, no, decided on this call basically, and then like, do you have access to everything? Are you in this? Cool, congratulations, best step ever. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, cool. That call alone, but even if you talk about nothing, like jumps everything 80%. Then it's like pick the core indicators, which is like, did they pick a niche? Did they set up an account? Did they whatever? And then it's like, cool, that happens. And then also, if of interest, that's when you sell your other offerings. So it's like, okay, cool. And it's like, did you want like more? Did you want us to do like 4 more of these calls or whatever? Or like over the next 8 weeks, we'll do a call with you every week just like this. And it's like, okay, cool. That one's actually $5,000, not $2,000. And like, boom, it's like, you just recaptured like another 3 Gs, and 40% of the people do that. And then you have the other offering. It's like, you just want us to do this for you. Like, we'll pick your niche, we'll pick the videos, we'll build the team, we'll do whatever. And it's like $30,000, and like 5% will take it, but like 5% take 30 Gs. And it's like, now you're at 6K per or whatever, I mean, the math shakes. So as long as you have other offerings, but activation points, hammering those forward. And like, I mean, I don't know. I could talk all day about info coaching models, but it's cool. It's a cool thing. And the webinars are cool. I've never done webinars. We're talking about doing them right now, but there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people do, these cool automated versions of them now that are on like a Zoom thing through A event.
Yeah.
So like Will Rivera was on here, and he was talking about how he did live webinars for years, and every single week at the same time and whatever. But when there's like a science to it that I'm not the pro at by any means, but like live enough times that it's like ironed out until it's like essentially perfect, and then you can automate them through. And then because when you automate them, the times and everything make it so you have like higher show rate, quicker volume, instead of having it like once a week where someone's opted in for 4 days, it's like a day or that night, like the just in time webinars. And I don't know enough about the economics, but they're crushing for them. He doesn't do any live ones anymore. Once he ironed it out, and like, publishing was running theirs. They had a ton. Theirs was a auto web, and that was mobbing for whatever that was, 2K offer. Like bunch of people cross.
Yeah, the webinar, I feel like for everybody that's like in here, that's like still here at this part of the podcast, it's like, I know a lot of people probably like, dude, I need to start posting on YouTube, like, because I know, like, I talk to these guys that do like $100 million a year and stuff, and they're just like, dude, I'm like not taking advantage of this opportunity. It's like they know it's there.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're the guy that took the jump and did it. Maybe you could help serve them that in here and too. Like, what made you get off the fence finally? But I would say like the main thing is just, who do you want to be, and like, why do you care?
Yeah, 100%.
And for me, it was like, I started posting on TikTok and I started doing live webinars is because, for one, I love changing people's lives and I love helping like shift beliefs. So it's just one of my favorite things, like people's belief systems. But then also, I wanted to become somebody who was good at speaking, articulation, and being on stage. So that was my future life that I wanted. And so I did it not for the results or for the views so much. So like, I literally shot for like 5,000 followers on TikTok was like the goal that I shot for. And I ended up with 200,000, and then like way faster than I ever could have comprehended. And it was just because I literally just focused on the skill that I wanted in my life. So I started doing the webinars because it was like, I look at all these guys that are insanely good at selling. And it's like, you look at the Jason Flagellants and all the guys. Like, dude, I literally listened to Jason Flagellant saying, and we went from like 10 customers, like 5 to 10 sales a webinar to 18 by literally just freaking listening to that podcast. Like, and then I just did some of the stuff he talked about. And I was like, holy shit. But it was like, I just want to get really freaking good at something. And that's my obsession. And it's like, I'm obsessed about getting good at something. And it's like, I do it for fun. And it's like, it's just, you chase the obsession that you have. And then opportunities will kind of just pop up. It's like, as time goes on, it's like, then you get to get all the benefits that all these guys have. I think a lot of people, they're like, I want to be Alex Hormozi, but they're not Alex Hormozi or whatever. or Iman Gadzhi, but they're not Iman Gadzhi. It's just what are your own selfish interests on like why you wanted to get into it, and then just pursue those.
Yeah.
And then inevitably, if people F with it, then cool, that's a bonus, and you get like the fame and the views. It's cool when you have people come up to you in public and they're like, "Dude, I watch your videos. Dude, like, I saw you. You're the guy." And it's like that's fun, but it's like, dude, I care less about that than like it's just fun that I get to have these skill sets now and I'm more articulate and stuff.
Yeah. I always talk about the business model and the economics, but like I know a guy that has roughly those numbers you're talking about and does it in like a finance niche and fucking mobs because again, he can point it to something that has like just such high economics on the back. And like because he built the trust, like the method is just, instead of selling info coaching or selling, nothing, right? Like
one of the best videos that
like,
converted had 100 views.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm making like a specific video to a very specific avatar, 100 views. No one knows about this video on the internet, freaking $30,000, that comes in like or whatever. Probably even higher with some of these guys that have the model better.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And then you asked on there, and then I gotta pop on this next. But the reason I did, I mean, I put it in the beginning of all those videos, but like I basically just got hit with enough Iman things at the time, had seen it, had wanted to do it enough times, paid Iman for what is now Quantum Consulting, InsideConsulting.com is Quantum. And at the time it was that 8-figure license thing. And then I got in there and it was like, I just watched the entire course in one weekend and whatever, I paid 18 or 25 or something like that. And it was like the most like high caliber, like rehash and like crazy editing style, like how to set up your like desk studio and the lighting and the cameras and all this stuff. And I was like, I just want to make looms. Like I just need to post. I just need to post. And like the group chat and like everyone, and I started like sharing those. And like it was just like 1, 2, 5, whatever a day I was getting as subscribers. And I was just like, I'm just gonna beat the hammer and like beat the drum on this. And then went from docs to this. But the entire time, and the reason I wanted to do that was because like one, I like the straight up reason is I had absolutely no connections in the space, no friends, no network, no whatever. And I had been like in this space. It's all I want to talk about, all I do all day. And like at some level, I'm going insane just sitting here just at the desk.
If you have a wife or a girlfriend, she's probably like, stop talking.
Oh my God, no, like, dude, friends, family, like literally girlfriend, friends, family. Like, it was dumb. Like, I was the annoying only work person. And like, I still am, but now it's like I have an outlet.
But at least you have an outlet. Yeah.
And now an outlet. And like, I was, so in the initial, there was like a one-on-one one-on-one call with Iman in the beginning. And I popped on, he's like, dude, you just get 3 to 5K on like basically X and YouTube. And like, that's a honeypot and you can make another couple $1,000,000 a year, like on the side, just from like side deals and just kind of like learning and fun. I was like, all right. And I think that's the goal I set. And then I hit that like 40 days in of every day.
Which is the most attainable goal you could possibly hit. Like,
yeah, which I didn't know. Right. And then like, even now, like we talked about the other day and it's like, at whatever, like 9K. And it's like, how big is when it starts to get like out of the range of exactly what you said, who's the avatar and like, who am I talking to? And like, who do I want to be around and stuff? And like, I don't want to get too beyond. I don't want the whole, like, oh, you run into someone on the street or whatever. Like, I don't want any of that. So my whole thing was like network, as really was the first one, even though I put it on the last of my list, it was network, which now I have. Now I can have calls with, basically anybody like within our little world. Like I have like at least either direct or one step away connections to like anyone that's in our world that I've consumed their content for 10 years. That was a big one. And it's cool because I can go places and do that. And I get invited to stuff and that's fun. Talent was a big one, which has been reaped 5 times already, where it's like, oh, cool, we want sales reps or a marketing tech or whatever. And it's like, boom, we can post for it and we get access to talent, which is cool. And then the other one was opportunities. And I don't know how I feel about that one still, because I get insane amounts of inflow for consulting or one-to-one calls or whatever, or 20 grand for this or 50 grand for this and all this stuff. And I have denied every single opportunity that's come through, every partnership, every sponsors, whatever, anything. I've denied everything. Because I just like don't really want to distract the focus. And like I also say, like I don't sell anything, which I don't want to like productize something and sell it. But I do have to figure that out because I have left like a lot on the table, and not even just like the money on the table, but like I need to figure out a way that's like fun, light, monetized, and whatever for the opportunity section. And I think I have something, and like I'm actually in convo right now about it, but like I just want to make sure it stays like that, where it's just like fun and light and like performance style and like cool in that way, not, oh, cool, and I'm going to shill my thing. Because like I don't care about that in the end. I literally don't care. And if it starts to take up my time or like weigh on my brain, I will stop doing it like the next day. 100%. So that's why I started making them, and it worked for all those reasons, and it worked overly in that other bucket, and I don't know what to do with that one. So it was like it was a misfire. It was like, oh, I want opportunities, and it was like endless opportunity, and I was like, I don't want an opportunity. So yeah,
I think just like childlike curiosity, playfulness, you have like The like
Facts.
you have all the
Facts.
archetypes of everything for sure.
Facts. Well, I mean, even like this combo, like, like I've heard about this a lot of the time. I've like watched the random YouTube video about it. It's interesting, like your perspective on it, and I know other people's and like whatever. But just even to hear like what kind of like rolls off the tongue for you because you've done it for so long, or like what you're like, oh yeah, this number or this number, like you already know it, right? Like I like having conversations with people like that are like keen on their craft and even like who do it different, right? So some people are trying to machine it. You're not trying to machine it. You're trying to like fun kind of culture build it. It's at some level like freedom money where it's 50 to 100 G's a month, and then also the info coaching thing because there's money there, but also people there. I respect it. So
Yeah, I think one thing that I ended off on for you personally would just be like the longer that you delay it, it's like, yeah, you're leaving money on the table and stuff like that, but also the more valuable the thing becomes the longer
yeah,
that
for sure. For sure.
so,
And I'm telling you right now, like if when whatever it is, I'm a performance guy. I love performance. I think it's fun. I think it's
yeah.
lines parties. I think it's whatever. So if it's 20% of this thing only, you know what I mean? Like performance on, like I'm cool with that too. Cause then the weight isn't even as much versus someone wires me 100 G's. Like I know how I'm going to feel until they make $1 million. You know what I mean? Like I know how that's going to feel to me. And like, I'm good on that. I don't need that. I don't care.
Maybe you could like partner with somebody who's already good at something.
That's what I mean. I'm down to partner with people who crush it. I'm down to like do through authority in that way to like help build that for in that way. Like, but again, like I don't care if people buy this or like want that. Like, I don't care. It literally means nothing to me. Like in that way, like if anything, it's going to be a fun thing that we're going to do because it's fun and we're all going to get like rich together and like serve their customers, serve whoever, like grow it, or it's not. And I don't.
The other one I found too is when you pretend like you don't know everything. That one goes a long ways too. You're like,
Yeah,
I don't know how YouTube works. I don't know. I don't know what I do. I literally just hit fucking record and I post videos.
Yeah.
In a sense, and like,
it goes super deep, and then also be like, being like, I literally, because I am truly that person though. I feel like I know all this about this, and I know nothing about like everything else. And
that was my success on TikTok. I don't know how TikTok works. No freaking clue. I just hit record, post videos, and it likes it when I post more videos, so I just post more videos. Like 100%.
100%. Well, I appreciate you. This is very helpful, and I will get it up as soon as I can. I got back to back after this, but
yeah.
Talk to you soon. All right.